Hey heathens, this is Liz and welcome back to my channel. I'm here with a walkthrough of the Oak, Ash and Thorn Kickstarter edition. So what you see before you is everything that came with the deck, and I'm really excited that it was so successful so that we were able to get all of these lovely extras. It came with a lovely note, it came with prints of varying sizes, and it came with a Wheel of Fortune card, which is lovely, and it came with this amazing silk cloth that's hand dyed with like vegetable dyes. Everything here is environmentally friendly and eco-conscious, and it was just so exciting to be a part of a campaign that was like that. So I will probably use this not as a tarot cloth to do spreads on, but to wrap up my deck in and keep it nice and cozy and safe. And it came with this lovely tie as well. So when I opened the box, it came wrapped really well, and it came with this lovely rabbit tissue paper, which I will be keeping. This is so adorable. I really think that was a lovely touch. So let's get right down to it. I haven't opened this yet, and I'm not sure if I want to. I don't really know what it is. Let's open it together. Yes, came off in one piece. Oh, it's a certificate of authenticity, Oak, Ash and Thorn, created by Stephanie Burrows, illustrated by Adam O'Lears, I believe. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Number 267 of 3500, May 4th, 2020. Amazing. So I am going to seal that right back up and hang on to that. Now when I got it, there were a couple of things that I wasn't too thrilled about. You'll see some corner damage here on the box. Even though this is a lovely thick cardboard box, it's just a bummer, you know, to get something new in the mail and then have it already have damage. So there was an imperfection on one of the cards. I believe it was the Knight of Wands, and I'll show you that in a little bit, that had something caught under the lamination. So I reached out to Stephanie Burrows, and she responded to me right away, and she's going to fix the problem with she's going to send me a new Knight of Wands, and she's most likely going to send me another box in the mail to replace the damaged box that I received. And I thought that was just such great customer service. I just want to give a huge thumbs up to, this was such a lovely project to be a part of, and for her to reach out to me right away and just, you know, let me know that she's going to take care of it, even though she's probably still in the midst of packing up the remaining Kickstarter decks. I just thought that was so great. So 2 thumbs up. If I had more thumbs, I would put those up too. So I really want to get that out there, that it was a really nice thing to be a part of. So let's open the box. And then we're going to take a look at these, and then I'll zoom in on the cards. So we have this little thank you card, which is really great, and then gives you the contact information, share the love, and here's the backings of the cards. Not particularly reversible because of the animals. They're not the same, but you really, if you didn't look too closely enough, you wouldn't be bothered by it. And then it comes with, instead of a guidebook, just a couple of cards with some keywords on it. So I might want to refer back to this. When I was walking through the deck with my daughter, literally every card, we were like, oh, oh. This deck is just adorable, and as my daughter would say, adorbs. So it comes with just some keywords for the major arcana and the minors. So let's get right into it. Let me zoom in. Hopefully we're centered. If not, I'll fix it. Okay, let's get on there. Okay, So here is our Fool, and I mean, come on. Does this not just make your teeth hurt? It is so sweet. And you've got your bag, you've got your staff, you've got your butterfly here. It's just beautiful. Oh, and the cardstock, I wanted to say, this is a thick deck. It's great. Standard tarot size. And it's mostly matte, but it's got a slight satin finish. Nice thick cardstock, eco-friendly. So what does it say here on the box? It says, printed by Generation Press, carbon neutral, solar power, vegetable-based inks. So I'm really excited about that. I don't have many decks that are like that. Okay, so here's our Fool, beginning his journey. Our Magician with all of the resources at his disposal. The Wand, the Pentacle, Cup, which are little acorn, parts of an acorn, and swords. So each suit has different animals associated with that suit, but in the majors, they're all mixed in. Beautiful High Priestess. Love that compass around the neck. Kind of like an inner compass, like follow your inner compass. We have the secrets that are hidden in the moon. So beautiful. The colors of this deck are so in line with fall. It's just beautiful. Our Empress, we have our Empress shield here, her staff, her subjects, just in the midst of her glory with the fruitfulness of nature around her. Our Emperor, lovely, really majestic here. We have our ram and also our staff here and the globe in his antlers. I love that there's that water there that harkens back to the Empress and just an association with still, even though he's in the seat of his power, he's still in contact with his emotions. I think this has got to be one of my favorite cards of the entire deck. Look at that owl. Just so cute, so sweet. It makes your teeth hurt. Holding the key, compass, and the lock. So he's got the key to the lock that binds us. Awesome. Our lovers, and we'll see them again in the Devil card. Beautiful. Chariot. So I suppose the bird is the chariot and the snail is the charioteer. Which makes sense. It's hitching a ride. Strength. So cute. Love the infinity symbol on the third eye there. The raccoon holding down the snake. Saving all of his little forest friends. Hermit. His little lantern. Now this one, I'm like, what does that say? Stwanrio Sornewitz. So I'm looking at it, I'm like, what? But it's north, south, west, and east, and then tarot, T-A-R-O. So yeah, it took me a second to figure that out, but once I did, I'm like, oh, really cute. You have all, you know, the elements there as far as north, south, west, east, and you can attribute it to whichever element you want. That's not particularly depicted here, which I would have liked to have seen. More of a seasonal thing or an elemental association with the directions, but it's definitely workable. Justice with his little rock formations, with that balance there, and the pillars. This Hanged Man is so precious. Like he's definitely waiting for the storm to pass and hoping for a better outcome to his situation. Death. This is so beautiful. I was explaining this to my daughter because she didn't quite understand it at first, but if you look here, you'll see the chrysalis and the emerging butterfly moving from one stage of life to another. Temperance. And if you refer back to the cards here, Temperance, let's see, is peace, tranquility, and moderation. So you definitely get that sense that the swan is weathering a storm and protecting what is important to it. So it's not so much about alchemy here as it is about being, you know, of the earth and of the water, and being grounded and rooted and being immersed in one's emotional state as well. So here we have the devil, and let me go ahead and grab the lovers again so we can compare. Here we have the lovers, and here's the devil. So now they're entangled, and you have that moth here, which to me speaks more of the death card, but I'll take it. So are they going to be able to free themselves? Our Tower card with your lightning, and it causes all the birds to leave their nests and seek out a safer place to be. The Star, beautiful. I mean, what can you say? Definitely guiding their way. The Moon card. Now, several of the cards in this deck have resting or sleeping animals. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more of the mystery or the illusion that the Moon card represents for me. I mean, you get it. You have the crescent moon here. And if you look at the little keywords, the moon represents dreams, the unknown, and illumination. So you definitely have a dreaming squirrel here. It almost feels like there's two squirrels with the tails, so it's maybe that's where the illusion comes in. It's like, well, you think there's one squirrel, but could there be two? So that may be a way to connect to that imagery. Sun card, beautiful. Washing away all of the darkness. Judgment. Definitely get that feeling, that awakening, that inner calling for higher spiritual awareness. Love this World card. Wholeness, completion, achievement, holding the world, giving it to the next generation, passing on the wisdom into the future. Love it. And then we come into the minors. So here's our Ace of Cups, and this suit is all about the squirrels. So let me get to the cups here, just in case I want to reference them. Full of potential. Two of Cups, sharing. Three of Cups. Definitely friendship. Sorry, my dog is barking. Hopefully he'll stop in just a second. If not, so we have our Four of Cups. Look at his face. He's like, no. He's refusing. He's being stubborn. He's refusing to look at what he does have. So cute. Five of Cups. His little broken cups on the ground, but he still has some above his head that he hasn't yet seen. Six of Cups. Love it that the flowers are in the cups here, and they're sharing what they have, and you know, reminiscent of childhood memories. For Seven of Cups, we have lots of choices here. We have our snail, we have our globe, flowers, fire, or snake. I mean, there's a simplicity to this deck, but it's got this quiet sweetness, and like there's wisdom to be had in that, I feel. Not every deck has to be like full of you know, symbolism, and it's there. You get the message. So we have our Eight of Cups with the squirrel walking away. Now, like I mentioned, several of the cards have animals that are in like a sleeping position. I'd like to say it's more in this suit, but Nine of Cups, to me, that it doesn't really give me the feeling of abundance here. He's kind of like, he's wrapped up in what he has. So I'm going to put that aside and we'll come back to that one. Our Ten of Cups, we have our family with the little hearts on them, enjoying each other's company in the bliss of what they've created together. So we have our Page of Cups, Knight of Cups. Now, I'm not really getting like what the movement here, or you know, the difference here, where I suppose the bird might give you that feeling of movement for the Knight of Cups. I guess since the page is just beginning, he's youthful and, you know, in love with the journey. We have a little bit more of a seasoned knight here. Our beautiful queen with the heart. Love it. And our king. Rougher seas, but handling it as the King of Cups should. Moving on to the Pentacles. This one will have lots of bunnies. Two of Pentacles feels a little bit more like Ten of Pentacles to me with the family here. I don't really get that sense of balance. But I suppose a mother does have a lot to balance and handle when she's got little ones to care for. Three of Pentacles, working together, or typically it's one person working and other people judging the work, you know, honing in on your craft and getting feedback from others. I'm not sure I get that from this card, but it all is definitely workable. So let's see what the Pentacles say. Teamwork and collaboration. Okay. So I guess they're all kind of considering how they might access these pentacles together. So I could definitely do that. Very traditional depiction of the Four of Pentacles. We have the three at the bottom and the fourth one above the head in this strawberry patch, conserving what he has. Five of Pentacles. Look at his injured arm. Can you see that? Oh, poor baby. So cute. definitely got some work to do. I'm glad I went through the cards yesterday, because I feel like I can give a little bit more of an objective assessment of the deck now that the initial, like, just stars in my eyes, you know, that first look, I did that last night. And so although I think it's still just stunningly created, the artistry in this is just unmatched. It's beautiful. So now I'm more looking at this deck through the lens of symbolism. So we have our Six of Pentacles here: sharing, charity, giving, taking. And yeah, so here's the Seven of Pentacles. So the Seven of Pentacles typically is about, after you've planted the seeds, now you kind of have to wait and see where the results of your effort will go. Having patience, that sort of thing. So here it's rest, harvest, and pause, which you could definitely get that. But I will say that the feeling is very similar here in the Nine of Cups and in the Seven of Pentacles with the positioning of the animals. Obviously, I'm aware of what the cards mean, so it won't affect my reading at all. Eight of Pentacles. Now working hard in honing the skills of your craft even further. Nine of Pentacles. We have our rabbit here, enjoying the abundance of that hard work in the Eight. Ten of Pentacles, beautiful. Love that there's a heart still there, because Ten of Pentacles in the RWS tends to be about legacy and like passing on an estate to the next generation. What financially have you done? But I love that it's still about family and togetherness. We have our page, so cute. Our knight with his little armor and helmet. Beautiful Queen of Pentacles. And our king. So we have in our queen, she has a little crown here, and so does he. And swords. It's definitely got a powerful feel to it, doesn't it? With the clouds in the background, the wind. There's definitely a moment here of clarity. Two of Swords, very, very iconic, with the blindfold and the two crossed swords, the indecision. Three of Swords, our little leaf here is in the shape of a heart. Having that moment of sorrow and reflection. Possible betrayal. Four of Swords, rest. Yep, definitely. Five of Swords. You have the two birds flying off in the distance, and the victor here with the spoils that now he has to wonder, was it worth it? Six of Swords. Moving on to new places. In the little keyword card, it says transition and uncertainty. Seven of Swords. In the keywords, it says dishonesty and greed. Now, you usually see a figure sneaking away with something, but you don't know what the reasoning is behind the actions in the Seven of Swords, which I love, because sometimes it's taking what you need because you weren't given it freely. So we definitely have almost like a hoarding happening here, which is very cool. But I wonder, it almost feels like these roots are snake-like. So what is he mad about? Is he mad that something's happening to his stash, or is he just coming in and dropping off another sword? Very interesting, a lot to dig in there. 8 of Swords, feeling of being trapped by one's own illusions. Nine of Swords, all those swords coming into the nest. It almost looks like there's some tears coming from the eye, which is really cool. Like the nest is supposed to be about safety, but the 9 swords are definitely making that, putting that in question. 10 of Swords, aww. But that's definitely the imagery that we'd come to expect with the 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords for me is about reaching that state of the mind where you've defeated some of your demons, but there's more work to do. And I feel like you get that feeling from the butterflies, which tend to symbolize transition. So there's more happening here than meets the eye. Our Page of Swords. Knight of Swords, holding on to his sword, ready for the good fight. Although he is blindfolded, which is interesting. Beautiful Queen. And our King. I love that. I do like it when decks have the images facing each other, but it's definitely not necessary. So we come into our final suit here of the Wands. We have our Foxes. Beautiful glowing energy behind the wand here. 2 of Wands, making that decision. I love that there's the globe here. You know, the world is at your fingertips. Love this tree with the little spots of white and blossoming blooms coming from the tree. The potential is definitely palpable in this card. So we have our 3 of Wands, obviously overlooking water with ships coming in, but the sun is rising and the birds are alive with energy. So you get that feeling of movement here. 4 of Wands, so cute, our celebration card. Togetherness. Let's see. So our wands here, it says harmony and celebration. You definitely get that. 5 of Wands are our conflict card, competition, disharmony. 6 of Wands, victory. So we have our little, basically our laurel wreath and all of the animals coming to celebrate. 7 of Wands, definitely in a defensive position here. 8 of Wands, great hope and movement. It's interesting that they're all congregating at the center of the sun. Usually you have the slashing across the sky, but this feels to me more hopeful, and as opposed to having that ambiguity of the 8 of Wands. Or 9 of Wands, we have another injured animal, but he's definitely been through the battle, but has more to give in the fight, to be resilient. 10 of Wands, another restful position, But when you have too much, there's a possibility of losing it if you don't care for what you've brought into your life. Beautiful page. You have the chameleons here, which is so cute. Our Knight of Wands, look at him. Love that. There's definitely power and energy in this card. And here's that little spot I was telling you about that Stephanie said she would replace for me. That's not supposed to be there. So it's stuck under the lamination. But that's okay. I'm just thrilled to have this deck in my collection. Probably my second favorite card is the Queen of Wands. Look how beautiful she is. Guarding what's precious to her. Our King of Wands, and look at the chameleons. Let me see. Were there chameleons in this one? I'm not seeing them. But then we have the chameleons here again in the King of Wands, which is so cool. So we have a few extra cards here. We have our Possibilities card with the dragon. My daughter's now playing the trumpet, so apologies if you can hear that. We also have two Untitled cards here, this fox and this mouse. So you could choose to leave it in the deck if you want. You can assign symbolism and meaning to them. I've done that with other decks. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these cards. You know, you could use them as wild cards, but I will definitely be keeping this in the deck because I feel like there's much that you can pull from this one. So there we have it. So I'm going to put this one, and I'm going to give it a little shuffle. I don't know about riffle shuffling this. I most likely will overhand this. Let's try it. Yeah, I don't think it's going to bridge back, but you could definitely riffle it and push it together like that. So let's pull a card. I love the slide. I love the matte feel. You know what? This cardstock kind of reminds me of the shape of the Roots and Wings Oracle, but the one that I ordered was a rose petal finish, and this is definitely matte. So what do we need to know today? Ten of Pentacles. It's going to be a great day. I'm really excited about this deck. I hope you are too. And if you haven't yet had a chance to, if you didn't back the Kickstarter, you can still have an opportunity to check out what Stephanie Burrows and Adam O'Lears have created at hello@threetreestarot.co.uk. That's their email. So thank you so much and have a great day. See you next time.